If you're still manually drawing structure, you're missing the easiest 10-second fix that reveals perfect 3-minute entries. The key is instantly mastering market structure logic on every chart. Let me prove that the only system you need works right now. Quick note before we dive in, this exact 10-second logic can be instantly automated. Stick with me and I'll show you the tool that does it in the next few seconds. An instant fix only works because it perfectly maps market structure logic. We're breaking down that logic now. But wait, before we break it down manually, you need to know this logic is instantly automated. The Structure Companion tool is the ultimate fix, identifying all the highs, lows, and imbalances across all time frames. You are getting the tool, the short training course, and the exclusive Discord support to make sure you use it perfectly. You're gaining a guaranteed system for structure analysis, not just software. This is your next step to trading with confidence and precision. Now listen close. That instant proof you just saw, the Structure Companion tool, is the reason. It takes everything you're about to learn manually and does it instantly across all time frames. If you know you need this guaranteed instant fix, the link is right below this video. Otherwise, let's look at how it works. So how do we actually capture those ideal entries on a 3-minute chart? I'll go through on this Euro USD pair. I actually called a trade yesterday and I'll show you step by step how it was done. So let's go through how this is going to work. The first thing you need to understand is we use multiple time frames here. We're mapping up that structure. So if we just go to the 4-hour chart quickly and we look at this structure. Now what we're going to do is we're going to back off on a replay mode just to make this a bit easier. And we're going to start from this break here to the upside. So once we identify our breakout, now understanding the structure itself is actually key, but once you start to see where the market's going to create this break of structure, let me just place on this magnetic tool so we can make sure it's in the right place. And we'll change this to a break of structure on a 4-hour. So this is my 4-hour break to the upside. When we identify this, we create what we call a valid low. So this becomes my valid low in the market. So it's my strong low. It's where I see price creating, which we can actually mark out as well, is this area here of potential 4-hour demand. So we mark this out for 4-hour demand as well. So once we have this, we're now going to go down to our 30 minutes. We want to confirm everything across multiple time frames. So on a 30-minute time frame, we have the same break of structure here. Let's just double check this is not a close down. So this is the same area. So let's have a look. We get a break of structure. We can quickly do this. We can see a break of structure is created here. This was my previous low. So we just mark off this low right here in the market. We only sweep that low. So it's only a sweep and then we continue to break structure. So right here on a 30-minute, we also have, here's a break here on a 30. I'm not going to mark it off because we've already got it on the 4-hour, but let's just go forward with a few candles. Let's bring this down on the speed. So we're looking for a pullback. This candle creates a pullback phase. So now we can mark this off as a valid high in the market. So we have here is a 30-minute range to the upside. That range is formed from this high to this low in the market. And we also have a 4-hour break of structure and a 30-minute break of structure. Everything starts to align for you once you start to mainly marking this out. So then you're looking for prices to pull back towards this area. So we just fast forward this again. So we get the pullback or new break. And we do get the pullback. And price comes back into that 4-hour area. Now it's also going to be, and I'll mark it off for you as well, is this area is, I believe, right here is also going to be a 30-minute area of demand as well. So we have a 4-hour and a 30-minute area of demand, so in the same location, which is perfect. We now know that price is coming into this area and we had a bounce to the upside. So yeah, we can look for a potential entry here to the upside. But what we're going to do is fast forward a bit more. I'm going to show you as price comes back towards this high. We don't quite get there. And then we get a pullback towards the low again. And here we go. So we get a pullback towards this low. And then we create this sweep. And this is exactly what I was looking at yesterday. Mark this off as dashed line. When I see the market making that break to the upside, we have the 30-minute, we have the 4-hour aligned. Now on a daily time frame, I'll go to a daily, this is actually in current pullback phase. So my daily structure, let's mark out that daily structure. We have a pullback phase. So this is going to be a low, a break of structure here on the daily. Then we have our current high on the daily, which is going to be this high here. And we have our current low on the daily. So let's mark all this off. Currently, we're going to mark this off on this time frame only for now. So we can see on the daily time frame, we have a break to downside and we've started the pullback phase. So we are currently bullish, pulling back on the daily. We go to a 4-hour time frame. This is when multiple time frame comes in. We're currently bullish, pulling back into area of 4-hour demand, looking to run for this high, which is a 4-hour week high in the market, and our 30-minute as well. We go to that 30-minute time frame. It all agrees. So right here is when we see price pulling back into this area. Right there into this area of demand on a 30 and a 4-hour area of demand. We sweep this low, previous low here in the market. We sweep lower into that area of demand, and that is right there where I'm going to look to pull the trigger, where I've taken my trade. And guess what? Where am I going to target this high? That's my weak high in the market. And that is exactly how we look to manually mark up those charts and how we can use this to your advantage when you're looking for those trades. Let's look at now how this trade would actually look like when we use that companion tool. So when I go to add the companion tool on, I'm going to put this on straight away. I'm going to mark off this one as well. Should be my 4-hour, which it is, and this one should give me my daily levels as well. So the companion tool can be used across multiple time frames. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to remove everything here on the chart. So we'll remove all this, and I'll go to the 4-hour as well, and I'll remove everything on the 4-hour. Let's grab this. We don't want anything on any time frames. It's all gone. Great. Now for the daily time frame, we just go to the daily time frame and we'll remove these as well. So we don't need these levels. And you can see they're already plotted. It's instantly fixed for you. You've got your breaker structure on your daily, the strong high, the weak low. We see the pullback phase towards the 50% area. We go down to our 4-hour time frame. Again, we've got the same thing. We can see where the price comes to this low. We sweep this low. We create that current weak low on a daily. We have a break to the upside. We're currently bullish as we make that pullback phase. So we're bullish on the 4-hour time frame. Anything we haven't created here is this 4-hour week high yet. Now, if we mark off this as an area of demand on the 4-hour, this is our 4-hour demand zone. Prices come back, and again, I can mark off this low where we see the sweep happening, and I'm going to add this to current time frames and below. So the market's come back in, swept that area. Now if we drop down to our 30-minute time frame, you can see all this is already marked. We've got our 30-minute breaker structure, our 4-hour breaker structure. This is our 30-minute week high, potential high on the 4-hour, but not confirmed. And this is showing me my internal structure. And then we have this level I've marked out. Now, if I remove that again, you can see we've actually marked out an internal low there. So we already know this is a level potentially for liquidity to be run. That's how precise this companion tool is going to work for you. As soon as we see this running this low, and I will back it off and show you on a 3-minute in a moment. But first, let's mark off my current area of 30-minute. Okay, so my 30-minute area of demand is right here. Now it's a nested zone, so it's the same area as we see as the 4-hour. So we have the same zone, but it's identical. Okay, we can see where price is coming back into this area. Now, when I'm taking a buy from here, I'm targeting this 30-minute week high. Why? Because this is my current trend. I'm bullish. I'm going towards that week high. That's where I'm going to target. But we're looking at a 3-minute entry. So let me just go back and I'll select this area. When price gets to here, I'm looking for a sweep of this low. So let's go to a 3-minute time frame. And don't worry too much about the structure here, because what I'm looking for is a sweep. So we're looking for price to sweep that current low. So let's just mark this low out with a line. So mark it off, right place. Come up, get into that there. No, it's come off again. Okay, you can see this is a live video. It's not working. Right, we've got it marked. So now let's zoom in. What we're looking for here is price to take this low. As soon as price takes this low, that's when my 3-minute entry is going to be valid to go long. So let's go forward a candle by candle approach now. Now you can see how structure has already been shown me here with the companion tool. We've got the break to downside, but now we're sweeping a week low in the market. Now this is where it's crucial to understand. When we sweep a week low, and again, if you're not sure on this concept of liquidity, do watch the next video at the end of this video, because that will teach you exactly about the liquidity and understanding the sweep in the market. When we sweep this low here, we also sweep this low that we have further back in time, which is that 30-minute low. That candle validates to me, and we close back above this week low, I can go long here, and I can take an entry above this high. So let me just take this off. So I can take an entry breaking above the high of this candle, stop with a low. Now for my final target is this high where we have the 4 hour. Okay, this is also going to be a 30-minute week high. I'm not quite sure, we haven't got 30-minute on there, but it's the 30-minute week high, the 4 hour week high as well. And that's where we're going to target for a final target. Now it's just over 10R trade, not bad. Now obviously we want to take risk off the trade. And where can we take risk? Well, we can take risk off of this strong high in the market of 3 minute. Why? Because what we're seeing here is a liquidity grab, not only on the 30-minute low, but also on this low here of a 3 minute. That tells me that the market will want to potentially move from here, reverse structure, pull back, and continue to push higher towards that final target of the 30-minute and the 4 hour current high. So let me just go forward a candle approach to show you what happens. So next candle, we get triggered into the trade. We've broken above the high of this candle, which took the liquidity. We've held. It now shows me we're likely to take this high. Let's go forward a few more candles. Let's actually fast forward this a bit. So we get a pullback, we hold at that week low, and we continue to push higher. Now, where do we go for? We go for the 3 minute high. Now we're taking risk off the trade. That puts you into a risk-free trade. You can hold on now, and that's how you look to take those 3 minute entries. And the final target is going to be this current week high up here. Now that is the 30-minute week high as well as this 4 hour week high. So let me just continue. I believe it is turned on. Okay, let me just change this setting quickly to, sorry, not this one. So I can show you this better. Let's mark this off as a 30-minute. Okay, so you can see here, we now have that 30-minute week high above. Okay, so this is the target we're looking for. Shrink out. That's our current range here. Obviously, we wouldn't have the lines this thick. This is my daily lines, but I'm just showing you how the tool is going to help you to identify not just where your entries are going to come in, but where those targets are going to be as well. So now if we just bring this to 10 times, let's run this along. You'll see how the market moves sideways, chops quite a bit over the Asian session. So this is the end here, okay, of the US session, moving sideways, and we're looking for that push back to the upside. So we get quite a pullback. We get another sweep here of an internal low, which shows we're likely to break this internal high. So keep watching, and we break that high. Now we shifted back bullish again. Okay, we drop back down again. Another sweep of a low again. This one here, we push higher and we break that high again. And that's how the market is going to move all the time with liquidity. But what we're looking at here is a longer term trade, and then we take that high. So we're looking at a 30-minute trade here. If we go back to the 30-minute time frame, we were looking at the sweep of this low to target this high. That's what we were looking for. Move that across, and there's your 10-hour trade. So we're looking for the trade to run for this week high in the 30-minute, but just the entry came from that 3-minute time frame. So that's the structure companion tool. Your complete structure mapped automatically, validated across multiple time frames in seconds. Remember, when you get access, you are securing lifetime access to the indicator, the short training course, and the exclusive Discord support. This isn't just a fix, it's a complete system for confident structure analysis. Don't waste another day manually drawing structure. The link to claim your full access is right below this video. If you want to go deeper into mastering this topic and building real consistency, watch this next video on market structure that uses the same process and system inside the 90-day profit trading system.